All right, everybody. Welcome back to Execution Corner. I've been covering a lot of Guilty Gear concepts, basic concepts, and some advanced concepts, trying to help people understand how to do a lot of execution in this. There's a couple of things I want to do. I want to go into dust combos. I want to do micro dash combos because those are two kind of really annoying things. But before I do that, let me see how many tries it takes me to do this. Woot, there you go. 235 damage off of a throw. Default food. But here we go. So let's talk about dust combos, shall we? Let's talk about dust combos and how someone asked me to do Hawk Beaker loop, so that's why I had to do that. Just to prove that I could. Just to prove that I could do it, so. But here we go. So, oh, I can see it on my replay now. I'm actually going to watch myself do this. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Okay, there you go. So, dust combos. How do dust combos work? Let's actually do a simple character to start. Oh, that gold Kai color is so sick. This one's actually pretty sick too. I like both of these colors actually. I've been doing lots of blue. Let's just do a regular here. Oops. What did I do? There we go. Let's go to a different stage. May ship. There we go. Who do I want to beat up here? Let's beat up on Ramlethal. There we go. Okay, dust combos. Dusts are actually kind of important because they could be one of the only decent overheads your character has. This is not the case for a lot of characters. Like, for example, you know, Kai's got Greed Sever, so not a problem. So he's got a really good overhead here. But sometimes you want to chain into a dust and land it. Sometimes you think you might catch them off guard or something like that. But now here the question is this. This is really kind of weird combo system where, like, if you mash buttons, stuff happens and then it stops, and then when you actually see, like, when you actually go into the what do you call it, the trials for every character, they have these dust combos. And if you don't understand what's going on in dust combos, it's really annoying. All dusts, don't forget, are overheads. Every single one of them has to be blocked high. That's why it's important for a lot of characters. So a character like Potemkin, for example, no overhead because he lost his towards kick overhead. Sad face. I'm not that saying his new towards kick isn't good if you're fab, if you're FAB, but he doesn't have a standard ground overhead. So he has to rely on his dust, which is an overhead here. Or he command grabs you. So the question really comes down to is what is going on in a dust combo? How do I maximize a dust combo? Because I want to get as much damage off of this as I possibly can, right? So here we go, that's 116, but if I change it up, I can do 123. So 123 is pretty decent for a dust combo. So the question is, how in the world, what in the world is, like, how does dust work? What's the system of it? Now, interestingly enough, they added this little funky animation where you, like, if you hold up, you fly at them, and it's so cool looking and everything. In the original Guilty Gear games, when you hit them with dust and then you held up, the screen just went crazy. Everything turned all funky colors, and it was all psychedelic and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. That was actually useful. I actually kind of miss the funky background. And the reason why is because dust combos actually come in two phases. The standard dust combo. Remember, they added a new dust combo which has the homing dash in them if you hold forward. But if I hold up, I do the original standard, the original dust combos. So if I hold up and I go up here, there's actually two phases of a dust combo. In the original Guilty Gear, as long as the background was psychedelic, you were in the first phase. And then eventually the psychedelic stuff would phase away and the background would return to normal, and that meant you were back in normal phase. So there's the initial dust phase, and then there's basically post-dust phase, let's call it. What happens when you actually launch someone and you go up into the air, in the original Guilty Gear, you had to keep holding up during the original dust phase. In this game, doesn't matter. You can leave your controller at neutral now and everything behaves the way it used to in old games when you held up. Basically, once you go up into the air, I can chain any button into any button at that point in time in phase 1. Hard heavy slash, jump heavy slash here. Whoops. Oops. Please let me juggle. Jump heavy slash normally does not chain into heavy slash. But for some reason at the start of this dust combo, I can just keep hitting heavy slash. Like that, right? So I can keep hitting heavy slash. Basically, in the first phase of the dust, I can chain any button I want. So even I can do a heavy slash into dust. But since dust doesn't hit, I can't chain out of dust. But I can go slash, kick, slash, heavy slash. You can do all sorts of craziness. You can do whatever you want. Any character, you can chain anything into anything. However, by the time you get to about here, phase 2 has started. And like I said, this is the frustrating part in that you can't see phase 2 anymore because the background doesn't change. You just have to know in this game. As soon as phase 2 starts, everything is back to normal. Everything is back to normal. Everything is exactly as you remember it. Only certain moves can chain into certain moves, etc., etc. Your momentum is going to keep going off of the dust a little bit. But as you can see, I'm starting to go down now. So if I hold up, if I hit him, if I keep hitting buttons, notice that I keep going up. I keep flying up. So this is why I think you had to hold up in the original games. Now they just make it happen automatically. Oops. But if I keep hitting heavy slash, you notice that I keep flying up. But then by the time I get to the third heavy slash, I start falling back down again. That is basically your cue that you have entered phase 2 of your dust combo. So once you hit your phase 2 of your dust combo, that's why heavy slash suddenly stops chaining. Because I've hit phase 2. Phase 1, phase 2. I can't chain anymore. So in other words, to take advantage of this combo, by the time you hit phase 2, now you've got to go into a combo where you get your normal cancels and your normal chains and your normal jump cancels. For Kai, for example, he has a pretty standard combo of slash, slash, heavy slash, uppercut. That's basically kind of his bread and butter. When you go slash, jump cancel, slash, heavy slash, uppercut. So that's kind of what you want to do. I've learned now that I can only get 2 jump heavy slashes in phase 1. The third heavy slash is in phase 2. So because after heavy slash, the only thing I can do is uppercut, that gives me 108. But frankly, I can do better. I can do better than 108. So even though jump heavy slash does the most damage, I can only get 2 of them in phase 1, and third one is in phase 2, so now I can only cancel into an uppercut, which only gets me 108 damage. Like I said, Kai's bread and butter is slash, jump slash, heavy slash, uppercut. So let's try that. So after I do my first 2 heavy slashes, now I am in phase 2. So now that I am in phase 2, now everything is normal. What I'm gonna do is I am going to transition into the other side. There you go. So now what I do is I go from heavy slash in phase 1 to slash in phase 2 because slash is jump cancelable. So now I can do my bread and butter, which is slash, jump slash, heavy slash, uppercut. Now I just happened to choose Ramlethal, who's a lighter character. And this actually doesn't work on heavier characters. What actually ends up happening is that slash jump slash, the second jump slash sometimes goes over opponents' heads because they're heavier and it just won't connect. So that's why what you saw me do earlier was heavy slash, slash punch, slash. That's actually a normal chain. So I can do that anytime I want to. Oops, too far. I can actually just do that anytime I want. I really should just make her crouched. See? I can do slash punch slash, jump cancel slash anytime I want. Again, normal behavior. So launch him, phase 1, heavy, heavy, phase 2, go into slash, and do my alternate bread and butter. There you go. Slash punch slash, jump cancel slash, heavy slash, uppercut. That is 123 damage there. That is actually, for a combo that will consistently work against every single character, pretty decent damage off of a dust combo. And of course I can go into super if I want to use my meter to get extra damage there and stuff like that. Pretty much once you get into phase 2, all the normal rules apply. The only thing you really have to understand is at the very beginning, for this very short period of time, as long as you keep hitting buttons, you can chain any button to any button and you'll keep going up in phase 1. But phase 1 just doesn't last very long. Okay, that's the only key thing to note. So for some characters that have super, super slow, heavy slashes, like Kai's is actually damaging enough and, quote, quick enough that going for 2 of them is actually more worth it. But some characters, for example, can get, like, if you do it fast enough, I don't know if Kai can. Yes, I can. I actually got 3 slashes in phase 1, and then I got to my 4th slash in phase 2. I could actually squeeze them out fast enough so that I can get 3 there. And then I can go into the bread and butter at the end. But as you can see, I did less damage because I'm doing slashes instead of heavy slashes. For some characters, this actually is better because some characters have heavy slashes that are so slow you can only get 1 in the span of the first phase, or maybe it just hits weird or makes you fly in a weird direction. This is kind of where you have to experiment with your character and learn your best dust combo. For the most part, your trial that you do with your character where they make you do a dust is probably your best dust combo. So once again, if I'm not mistaken, that's really close to the trial combo that they make you do with Kai. But that's basically how grounded, that's how the air dusts work. When you hit someone off the ground and chase them with up. Now don't forget, if you hit them out of the air, I don't know if I have a combo that does this. Let's see if I do this. Oops. If you hit someone out of the air with dust, in any case, if you hit someone out of the air with dust in a combo, you don't get any of the follow-ups. You don't get the up follow-up, and you don't get the homing dash follow-up, which lets you dash forward. So let's go into the homing dash here. They added this. This is brand new to Xrd. What is the deal with homing dash? Why do we need to know about homing dash? The reason why homing dash is kind of nice is because they added a new mechanic in this game. It's not really a new mechanic. The game has had wall splats before. But what they've added here is this factor where they slide down the wall. And not only when they slide down the wall, if they slide and touch the ground, as you just saw me do, they actually hit the ground and sit on the ground. So watch it very carefully again. You see her slide down on the ground and hit the ground, and she sits on the ground. During that entire time she's sitting on the ground, she's in hit stun. And you see how long there is between my jab and before she gets up. That's all hit stun. This lets you do really crazy combos. You get some mad crazy combos. So for example, Kai has this move, which is towards heavy slash. Very slow to start up, but the key thing about this move is you get really cool combos afterwards if you micro dash, which I'll get into later on. You know, let me see. Like you can get good hard knockdown combos like this. So heavy slash is a really nice move. In the corner, you can also do that as well, like that. Oh my God, doesn't work on Ramlethal. Okay, let's do character select. I did not know that combo did not work on Ramlethal. Let's just go to Soul because we've seen, I know stuff works on him. Because he's the trial dummy. A crumple, sure. Duo says it's called a crumple. Yeah, it can be crumple if you want it to. It's not quite the same to me because crumples usually have you fall on your face and end up grounded. But in this particular situation, you end up sitting and you get up. You actually never end up on the ground. And again, this is really key because, like I said, while you're sitting there, it's actually a way, like, it's almost like Skullgirls re-grounding people. You can actually do combos on the ground again, which is kind of neat. And Kai, for example, off of this move, you can get, like, really cool combos, you know, etc., stuff like that off of towards H. But this move has tremendous startup. So basically, comboing into this move is almost impossible. Like if I chain, look, I can't combo it unless it's a counter hit, but we won't get into that right now. But for the most part, if I chain into this move, like H, like S into towards H, I cannot get it to combo because the startup is too long. However, thanks to this wall splat mechanic, I can actually combo into it because it takes them so long to slide down the wall and hit the ground. Boom. Now I can do my hard knockdown combos. I get my setups. All sorts of things. I can even do this and then throw this out, get a meaty, etc., etc. This is the advantage of having this homing dash combos. And also because if you're even just a little farther from the corner like so, it reels them long enough that, okay, that wasn't far enough. Oops. But that you will actually get the wall splat. See? So even if you're a little further away, it's important that you get the forward dash. And not only that, but it's generally good to be as close as you can to them to start your combo. Now, I've been leaving out a lot of little details about the wall splat mechanic here. So one thing you'll notice is that how come he slides and then flips? What is going on? Why is he escaping this combo? Why did he land on his butt a couple of times? Well, the way the wall splat mechanic works is that once you hit the wall and start sliding down, you only slide down a specific distance. If within that distance you touch the ground, you end up on your ass and you can be comboed. The second thing, so if you slide down and reach that distance before you touch the ground, you will flip and you can escape. So the whole idea is you want to make sure that they slide a little bit lower to the ground, okay? Now, there are normal moves that wall splat you all the time, no matter what. I'm going to go back to Sin because he's a character that I know. So sorry if we're always stuck on Sin. I could do with Potemkin as well. But again, it's all characters that I know, so I know all their wall splat moves. The wall splat moves here, for example, Sin has a wall splat move off of jump kick. Jump kick is a wall splat move. It's not a very long wall splat move. You see that he barely even slides down, but that's just because it's jump kick. But jump kick automatically does a wall splat. However, if I do stand H, no wall splat, right? No wall splat. Because jump H just doesn't have wall splat property. Another wall splat move is charged up Hawkbeaker. Hawkbeaker? It's one of those two. The Hawkbeaker. Boom! Slams on the wall, but since it hits them so low to the ground, they slide, and then they're on their ass. So now I get, that is why this combo works, because it gives me all that time to charge up for another one. So basically, if I do a regular one, there's no wall splat. But if I charge all the way up, I actually get the wall splat. So the reason why I can do this combo is because if I hit him and he slides down and sits there, that actually is enough time for me to charge up another one. In fact, just right, almost just the right amount of time you need to charge up for another one. Were it not for that wall splat mechanic, I could not do it. Now watch this. I can also do this, wall splat, but he's too high up. You see how high up he was? So he wall splat, slide, and then he flips because he's not low enough to the ground. So the whole trick of this combo is to let go so he's low enough that his feet touches the ground. This actually requires a lot of practice, and I've actually sat here doing this combo for basically hours. Like for an hour, I'll be doing this one combo. So I've actually gotten really used to this timing now. So that's why I can actually do this combo now. But basically, that's kind of how the wall splat mechanic works. You get splat against the wall, you slide down for a little bit. If you're close enough to the ground, you fall on your ass, and then you're sitting there for a big old long hit stun. You're regrounded, so I can do reground combos. In fact, let me show this really quick. Let me see if I can do this one. This is an alternate version of this combo. There you go. See, I actually got him on the ground when he slid down there, so I was able to do a different combo that was all of him on the ground. So there you go. I could do a ground combo after wall splatting him because he landed on his ass, right? So there you go. That is how wall splat mechanic works. But remember what I mentioned, that some moves have natural wall splat, some moves do not. So I'm going to do stand slash. Okay? Stand slash. No wall splat. Stand slash. No wall splat. This is what homing dash after dust gives you. This is the one benefit, the one main benefit you get from this is that suddenly every move wall splats until he touches the ground. Boom. Jab. Wall splat. Jab. Wall splat. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong button. Slash, wall splat. Remember that heavy slash? Wall splat. I get wall splats all day. So for example, I can do, so Sin has standing H, and the first hit of it can be chained into a towards H. So he has towards H here. So I can do this combo like this, right? Now normal if he's jumping, you know, nothing. You see that? If I hit him too low, I can't get the second H fast enough. I have to hit him super high up. However, if I dust him, wall splat, wall splat. So now it doesn't even matter because the first hit wall splat him, so I can easily get the second one. Boom. Wall splat, slide on his ass. Now I can do all sorts of fun combos. So for example, you can do this, but the timing is a lot tighter. Oh, dang it. I can do this. You can do this. I've done this before. Alright, I'm going to do it the easier way. There we go. Oh, dang it. In any case, you can do that combo. I used to do it before, but I haven't practiced it because there's no point in it. So it's not as practical. Actually, no, this is a super practical combo. What am I talking about? Jesus. That is such a lie. This is a super practical combo, and I don't know why I can't do it anymore. Interesting. Well, I need to know. I need to know what I need to go into the lab and practice again. Okay, but as you can see, I also don't really need to dash forward. Even if I don't hold forward, it doesn't matter. Everything still behaves exactly the same. The dashing forward is just to make sure you get close enough. So there you go. So that's what the forward dust is. So normally what you want to do is when they get hit by this dust and splat against the wall, normally they're too high up so that they fall to the ground and they don't reach the ground. So they won't sit on their butt pretty much, right? So what you want to do is actually hit them. And you notice how every time I hit him, excuse me, every time I hit him, if I chain, he slides down little by little. So because he slides down little by little, that means the second hit hits him low enough that he will fall on his butt. He will land on his ass. But if you notice, if I just hit him at the top of it, he doesn't slide down far enough, right? So that's why in the grounded corner wall splat homing dash dust, you tend to want to do 2 moves at least to get him to land on their ass, and then all of a sudden you have plenty of time to charge up. Oh, I remember what I used to do. That's what I used to do. Okay. There we go. Okay. I was doing H towards H and doing it. But you see how the delay between H and towards H is kind of long, so that he slides really far down in between the moves? That's why I couldn't land it. So normally what I used to do was slash heavy slash, because that was way faster. So he's higher, and that's why I can get the wall splat. Okay, that's why I used to be able to do the combo before, not now. So that's the idea. I want to hit him with 2 buttons like this, because the first one, you can see it just a little bit. He slides down between the S and the H. And that little bit is just enough to get him to land on his ass. Oops. Boom. See him land on his butt right there. Technicore. I always sneeze 5 times. 4, 5, or 6 times. Guaranteed. I have never sneezed only 1 time in my life. Weird, but true. I always have to sneeze at least 4 or 5 or 6 times. 1 time, never. Twice, never. 3 times, maybe. 4, 5, or 6, almost always. It's really weird. I don't understand it, but that's the way it works. But that's the whole trick there. Now, if you saw what I did earlier to demonstrate the ass landing, I only did 1 move. And what I did was, remember, he slides down for a little bit. You can also let him slide down a little bit and then hit him. And then he'll fall on his ass. So, for example, I have this setup here where I did the slash heavy slash to give myself the time to charge up for that. However, it doesn't do as much damage. You can actually do, boom, wait half a second towards heavy slash. And if I do that, he'll land on his ass. And then I get the same wall splat combo, except more damage because I don't damage scale it with slash heavy. I just do towards heavy right into wall splat sequence. And that's because what I do is I let him slide a little before I hit him with towards heavy slash. So he's as high as possible, so he slides longer, takes longer to hit the ground, hits the ground, and that gives me enough chance to charge up the Hawk Beaker. And that's what lets me do that. Now, the reason why it's nicer to do just slash heavy slash is because there's no timing involved in it. It's guaranteed every single time to just do slash heavy slash, and then that'll give me enough time for the wall splat. Oops. If I do it off of just towards heavy slash, I can actually mistime it so that I can't do this. So for example, if I just do this and I take too long, I won't have enough time to charge up for it. So there's a little bit more risk involved in getting the higher damage, but I am taking advantage of the knowledge that I have of this dust combo, in that after they slide, basically if they slide a tiny bit, that's just far enough for them, for the next hit to force them to hit the ground on their butt. So I just let them slide a little bit and you can see, boom, it's gonna connect. So if I just wait long enough, then I can get this. So that's basically how this dust combo works. So unless you're in the corner, you don't ever want to do this. Because if you do this, I mean, yes, maybe you can get some goofy combo off of this, but you can see yeah, if you're in the middle of the screen, always go for the air one. If you're in the corner, always go for the wall splat one because you can get some hefty damage off of the corner ones. Yeah, see, I mistimed it there. Oops, that was the old one. Sorry, this is James becoming obsessed with the combo again. This is standard me. It's so hard to time. For some reason, it's really easy to time off the throw, but I have trouble timing it off of the dust combo. Oops. Anyways, that was like 260 some damage you saw over there. So there you go. So you can do some pretty big damage off of those kind of things if you can get the wall splat mechanic properly. In fact, some of the highest damage combos involve wall splat mechanics. Here, watch this, dude. This is painful. I just want to do a combo for fun. Look at that. 264 damage for no meter. 264 damage for no meter. But again, there's not going to be very many chances that you're going to land that starter. But it's just so much damage. So much damage. Not only that, but oh, dude, one of the greatest features of this is block settings. You can actually make it so that they block everything at the start and then they stop blocking, which is really cool. So you can actually, if I can raise this guard meter a little bit and then do the combo. 304 damage. Did you see how much damage that did? Oh my god. So much fun. 322 damage. That was like over 75%. The problem is, of course, he looks broken, but all this food mechanic, and it's really hard to land that combo, okay? It's really, really hard to land that combo. Very, very hard, so it's not going to happen much. Although, I haven't seen a lot of people do this mix-up with him. But I just don't think people stand still long enough. That's the problem. Oh, that's right. That's how I did it. So you can do stuff like that. Look at that. 247 for landing a kick cross-up. Dude, that's ridiculous. So, but in any case, that's how you take advantage of the corner wall splat combo. Let us now talk about. Okay, I just want to. Dude, there's so many things. Maybe next Monday I'll keep going with this, and maybe I'll do some character-specific stuff because I want to do Bedman jump dashes and stuff like that. But I really promised I was going to cover micro dashes, so I really want to cover micro dashes right now. That's right, UCLA Ramlethal, baby. What is microdashing exactly? Microdashing is basically a concept in which you have to dash in between your hits so that you can actually continue the combo. So So what you actually want to do is do some hits and then get a quick dash. Like this. Ever so slight, that little step forward there is a big enough difference to make your combos work. So for example, Ramlethal, he's still on block. Ramlethal has a combo, which is, let's see if I remember my trial mode. Yes, so basically I can launch him with this button and then do punch kick. And you see how my punch kick whiffed there? I can actually make that connect. The reason why it's whiffing is not because it's too slow, it's because it's not reaching far enough. You see right there, that was a micro dash. The reason why that connected was because of a micro dash. Whoops. Whoa. And then you get these long little combos afterwards. Basically, you just have to dash for ever so fraction of a second in between these attacks. And again, I am not a Ramlethal player, so I apologize if it's taking me numerous tries at this. And then wall splat mechanic, I get fun combos because I'm Ramlethal. She has some pretty sick ass combos in the corner. Her trial modes are crazy. They're so hard to understand, but once you get them, dude, they're so fun. They are so fun. How do you microdash? One of the trickiest things about microdashing in this game, okay, there's two main things that make microdashing really, really annoying and very hard to do. Most games, there's a buffer after a move whiffs. So after a move whiffs, if I dash, even if I finish the dash slightly before the move ends, you'll get the dash. Like it'll dash and it'll say, are you free to dash yet? No. Are you free to dash yet? No. Are you free to dash yet? Oh, you are. I'm going to dash for you. There's like a buffer window for dashing. In this game, there might be one, but it's really small. It might be like a 1 frame lenient window in there. And so it's really hard to get the timing properly. So after this combo, to get the dash off of that, the timing on that dash is really, really strict. I don't know if people know about, oh yeah, I should explain this Ramlethal combo, good call. So punch kick is just a chain that she has. This is just a character specific chain that she has. And it's designed to basically keep the opponent afloat so you can carry them to the corner. And then afterwards, it puts them in a really long hit stun in the air. So basically you can get lots of juggles afterwards. However, again, the range is so far that in general, you can't get close enough to get the juggle. So you have to learn to micro dash in between like that. Dude, why do I keep hitting that button? So again, one of the hardest things about doing a micro dash like this is the fact that the timing to let you dash is very, very tight. There is, for example, a Mei combo. If Mei wails on you and hits you with the gigantic wail, as a counter hit, the opponent starts tumbling, and you could dash in and do a long old combo. But she's stuck there for a really long time pointing for the wail, and after it's done, you have to really dash at the right timing. Now, there's a couple of trials where you have to do that. You have to wail on them, and then you have to dash. And I've tried to do that, and it's like the timing is just really, really strict. It's really strict to get that dash timing in there, which is why I believe the buffer window is not there. However, there was some notes in the new patch that's in Japan in location test that supposedly the buffer frame window for dashes and reversals and stuff like that is getting larger. If this is what it refers to, that'll be awesome. Ramlethal combos will be way easier than they were before, because if you can actually buffer the dash in like that, that's very nice. That's very nice. Now, what's the second hard part about micro dashing? Well, that's dashing punch. Guess what? Every character has 6P towards punch. Holding forward and hitting punch. Everyone has this button. So a lot of times when you try to do dash P, guess what comes out? You're holding forward because you're running, right? So it's like, dude, really? So now I've got to run forward and let go and hit P so that I don't do 6P. Otherwise that happens. So a lot of times when you micro dash and try to attack with a button, you come out with the wrong move because you need the 5 version of it or the neutral version of it, right? So how do you get around this? How do you get to the point where you can do this so consistently that you don't have to worry about it, right? And I mean, the combo that I'm doing here, I'm not even micro dashing at the beginning, which you can do. Oops. That was actually a slight micro dash in there. You couldn't see it though. Yeah, there was just a very tiny one in there. There it was. There, you could see it. So the question really comes down to is how do you do the micro dash consistently so that you don't come out with 6P instead of, so that you can come out with 5P instead of 6P. Yeah, actually Bruce is right. The dash combos are really, really bad, but it's gotten a lot easier. The trick really comes down to the fact that if I double tap forward and dash and let go of the controller, did you see how far she goes forward? I don't have to keep holding forward. When you start dashing, they commit to the dash for a little bit. So if you could learn the timing to micro dash properly so that the second dash is after, oops, let's see. So if you can get the dash after the first punch kick, you don't even have to hold forward on the controller. If you time it right, just double tap and let go. Stop holding forward on the controller. And that helps it tremendously. See, after I double tap forward, I just let go of the joystick. I don't even hold forward. Because if you time it right, she's going forward. And she's going to commit to it. You don't even need to hold forward on the controller. And see, that time I did for that last hit. So once you get used to this, it's actually not that bad once you start getting used to the timing. Again, it's just very musical timing. It's a very rhythm thing. The ability to link the punch kick, to link the dash after the punch kick, yes. This is going to require some timing. That's going to require some practice, but you can do it. But that's really the key thing about micro dashing is learning to let go and just keeping faith that Ramlethal is going to dash. See, I just tap forward twice and let go, and she goes forward. And she went forward pretty far. So that's the reason why you never have to worry about getting 6P by accident, because you don't need to hold forward on the controller. Just let go as soon as you can, etc., etc. So there. Can't believe people are making let it go jokes anyway. But that's basically one of the secrets to doing micro dashing. One, learn to time the dash so you hit the second toward on the controller as soon as your move ends. Remember, there's no buffer window for now. They may change that in the next version. If they do, that's wonderful. But make sure you tap the second controller forward on the second forward on the controller after you're free. So one of the things you might want to even just do is just practice that. Don't even try doing the punch. Just practice the dash. So punch, kick, dash. Too early. Dash. Okay, great timing. I timed it right. So just keep practicing the dash after punch, kick. Or whatever the dash is for your character. Just practice learning to get that timing to dash afterwards. See, too early. And once you actually get that timing down, then you can just do dash punch. And then continue the combo on and on from there. So there you go. That is, that's pretty much one of the best ways to do micro dashing. Make sure you let go of the controller. Let it go. Let it go. Don't hold me back anymore or something. I'm sad. I'm probably like the only person on the planet who doesn't know the Let It Go lyrics. But there you go. That's how it works. So that's how micro dashing works. So I had other stuff I wanted to cover execution wise, but this has kind of gone long enough. So I'm probably going to go ahead and call it quits for tonight. I hope this was helpful for a lot of people trying to learn Guilty Gear. Yeah, there's a lot of intimidating stuff I went over here, but really start at the beginning of the video. The main things you probably want to learn are the jump cancels, just from neutral instant air dashing, and how to optimize your standard dust combo here. Oh geez, yeah, you can't do it with her here. Okay, so slash is the button that you... Well, actually, what's her dust in the air? Oh yeah, of course, you can do dust. Such a weird move. Oh, you can't even chain anything off of her jump slash? Oh jeez. So you actually have to do like dust, punch, kick, something, double jump, whatever. In any case, there you go. So the first things from this series of videos that you want to learn is jump cancel combos. Second thing maybe you want to learn is just how to instant air dash. Don't even learn instant air dash combos. Just learn how to instant air dash. Get good at instant air dashing, because instant air dash will be important for a lot of characters. Now, if you're Potemkin, obviously you don't have an instant air dash. If you're Slayer, it's not very useful. If you're Faust, it's not particularly the greatest thing. So that'll kind of go depending on your character. But learn the jump cancel combos, then learn the standard dust combos, then start worrying about the dust wall splat combos. Oh gosh, she's got some really interesting dust wall splat combos. I don't even remember what they are. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That was it. Dude, it's so fun. It's so fun. Oops. Sorry, this is combo James again. Oops, too fast. Ah, too fast. I forgot what the combo was after that. Something like boom, the punch, punch, punch. It was like something knock them into the ground, and then they fall to the ground, and then you activate the super, and then you OTG them with the slide kick. It's really sick. Anyways, but learn wall splat combos, then maybe start thinking about instant air dash combos because it's really character specific, and then worry about jump installs and stuff like that. So there was a lot of concepts covered in here, but the whole point is I wanted to do this, get this to YouTube so a lot of people can start learning a lot of the execution in Guilty Gear. Because one of the biggest problems with Guilty Gear is a lot of people say they have trouble with is the execution in the game. So I'm trying to help with that and explain the logic of how everything works. That's the reason why I've been good at execution, because I know it's not necessarily just a feel thing. I'm always sitting here going, you know what? There's a reason why it's working. There's a reason why it's not working. So this Ramlethal combo, for example, when I first did this as the trial, I had no idea why this combo was working or not working and everything like that. And what most people will do is they'll just kind of keep obsessively trying it. And that's bad. That's really, really bad. You don't want to keep obsessively trying it. What you want to do is figure out why it works and why it doesn't work. And I figured out what the timings were and all this other stuff like that. So that helped me figure it out. It wasn't just I got the feel of it or I'm good at execution or whatever like that. I really broke the combo down and I really understand I really took the time to understand exactly what was going on with the combos so I could do the combo consistently. But yeah, so hopefully this will be on YouTube, so you guys will be able to come back and watch this again later on once you start playing Guilty Gear, and please play this game. This game is fantastic. It's so much fun. It's hard, it's rough, but it's so rewarding, and the characters are so enjoyable, unless you're Potemkin. No, that's not true. Potemkin's pretty fun too. But yeah, so that's about it. Hope people really enjoyed that. Hope it was really helpful to people. And that's about it. Tomorrow will be the Tuesday show. Me and David will be on here to talk about all sorts of things. Lots of events happened this last weekend. Lots of really cool stuff. So hopefully, you know, tune in tomorrow and enjoy that. If you like all this stuff, please subscribe, please follow, please donate, whatever. But only if you can, you know. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and peace out, everybody.